It don't matter the color of the skin, either woman or man. Just let the case land. It's here, it's in safe hands. This is God work, not a fake.
By investigators right now in Altoona, Pennsylvania. This person is 26 years old, according to sources telling John Miller. We've learned that they actually got a tip from someone at a nearby McDonald's in that area who said, hey, this guy looks like the person that's in all those photos that have been circulating. And that's how he was brought in for further questioning. And in doing so, according to sources telling John, that they found a lot of evidence that could point in the right investigation for authorities at this point. They found a gun that resembles the one that was used in the murder last Wednesday. They found a suppressor, which is basically another word for a silencer. It muffles the sound.
Sound like they got him, man.
That was also used in the killing on Wednesday. And they found a number of fake IDs with this person. One of those, according to sources, the NYPD does believe was used here in New York City. Now, also, if you remember, we reported that investigators...
Welcome in, y'all. We are back. Look like they got the guy. Like, they got all of that. That is definitely him. Why would he go to a McDonald's? Like, what? Oh, my God. So I wanted to come in and talk about this. We don't want to get too far behind. A manifesto. I would love to know what it says. Shout out to everybody in the building.
Believed their person who was responsible for this killing used a fake ID to check into a hostel in the Upper West Side of Manhattan. So it's possible that is one of those fake IDs. We've also learned from sources that there were some sort of documents that were with this person that is, again, brought in for questioning at this moment. And they're still going through all of those paperwork to figure out exactly what is said in those documents. But again, these are significant developments in this case, in this manhunt that has stretched far past New York City limits. And now we know that someone is in custody. Someone is being questioned with authorities right now in Altoona, Pennsylvania.
Okay. And John, let's go to you. You have so much of this excellent reporting. Add to
shout out to Fifi and
the color and the context and the information that Bryn just started to give us.
So, Dana, this starts as a very routine day in a McDonald's in Altoona, Pennsylvania, which has like 3 McDonald's. But an employee there looks at this person and has been seeing on CNN and everywhere else these photos from the NYPD of this masked person with the hood where they're saying, look beyond New York, because we think the person has left the city. And she believes that this person resembles the photos that have been put out. She calls 911, gets the Altoona PD. They respond to the McDonald's. They engage this individual. And as they get him to identify himself and look through things, they find a gun, they find a silencer, they find multiple false IDs. And when they begin to compare those notes with the police in New York, they find out that one of those IDs matches the name, perhaps even the one we're looking at, that he used a fake New Jersey driver's license to check into that hostel in Upper Manhattan. So along with all of that, there are some documents that the police said seem to be relevant to this.
Well, one thing that I find interesting is that prior to this call, they had been searching the lake or whatever at the park. So they doing all that diving, looking for the weapon. And here he got everything with him. Why would he go to a McDonald's? They said there's only 3 McDonald's in the area that he was. You really believe that they caught him? I don't. If it was him, why you traveling? Lay low. Hey, that's what they saying. That is what they are saying, that they got him. So we gonna listen at the reports. And they'll probably be showing, they're saying right here how they caught him. And I'm expecting some pictures to be showing up. Now, I don't think this is made up. I think they really got him. And so I didn't know what all they had on this guy. They talking about they got a manifesto, they got fake IDs, and they got the gun. Like, yeah, I would say that is him. Let me take it back a little bit.
Along with all of that, there are some documents that the police said seem to be relevant to this case. I think we would stop short right now because we don't have enough information of calling that a manifesto. But we are told by investigators they believe he's carrying documents that may relate to motive.
Okay.
That would be a manifesto.
You're saying stop short now with regard to those documents, because obviously this is an ongoing investigation, as your former ilk used to say, John Miller. But talk.
I'm looking at headlines that say Manifesto, and then his name is Luigi Magione. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. Person of interest in a fatal shooting. Okay.
Talk about this with regard to the decision that police made. It was on Friday that we were talking shortly after the police decided to, in your words, crowdsource and put the picture of this individual out publicly.
Let me see what y'all saying.
We don't know yet if this is the guy.
If y'all want to call in, y'all can. And Jay Glover, you can call in if you want to, so I know what you're talking about. But he don't sound like Jay Glover don't believe that they got him. So you think they gaslighting? See, when you report news, you have no choice but to believe what's being said as far as they caught him and stuff. Like, this is who we get the information from. So I believe that they caught somebody, and they're saying that this person was found, Mario and Luigi. Like, that's funny. Luigi Mangione, age 26. Wow. So, they caught him in Pennsylvania. Yeah, that's what we live. And that's where, wait, was he from Pennsylvania? Why would he go to a McDonald's and they talking about it was only 3 there? Like, what? Really? Hold on. Let me let this keep playing.
But if it is, that tactic was the game changer.
Well, it was. And I mean, it hangs on a couple of things. One, finally being able, after this massive video canvas, using so many detectives, to find that single moment. And you're looking at it right now. That single moment where he dropped the mask.
That was the dumbest thing he could have did. That was the dumbest thing he could have did, was dropping the mask. But look, they in this article was actually written at 11:23 a.m. and it says a person of interest was nabbed Monday, in the unaliving. And it says busted, possibly trying to use a fake ID in a McDonald's, law enforcement sources said. And I don't think that that's what it was. He wasn't trying to use the ID. They just explained that the woman noticed him and called. But whoever this person is that called, if they called 911, they will not be getting that reward. I'm just saying. So I hope she called Crime Stopper, because they are not going to pay you that reward. And I believe that they want people to think that they can call 911. You call 911 if you want to. So that'll be interesting to find out. Whoever made this call, what number did you call, girl? And they said somebody called, they noticed them and called. So, right? So, hold on. The Ivy, hold on, what are they talking about? Okay. So Luigi, 26 years old, who's been being eyed for the cold-blooded, targeted execution in front of the Manhattan Hotel last week, allegedly had a manifesto on him when he was taken into custody by the police at Altoona, Pennsylvania. So the Ivy League graduate and former prep school valedictorian also had a ghost guns, silencer, 4 fake IDs, and other items consistent with what authorities were looking for in the case, the sources said. Let's see. So Luigi, who grew up in Maryland, but last used the Hawaii address, was nabbed when a McDonald's employee recognized him and phoned in the tips to a local cops source. Okay, was it the 911 or was it the Crime Stopper? Why they being so vague with that one? Phoned in a tip to local cops sources. So Luigi, he was eating in the fast food eatery at the time. So he was dining in at McD's. What did he order? I wonder had he had anything to eat since the power bar and the coffee that he had at, what's her name, Starbucks. So he dining in at McDonald's like he ain't America's most freaking wanted. Eating at the dang on fast food. When authorities arrived, cops said the NYPD was on its way. Look, NYPD is thirsty. They like, we want him. So they on their way. Late Monday morning, sources said. Man, so Luigi, he was a valedictorian of his 2016 graduation. So he about what, 27, 28? 27, 28. So Luigi was a valedictorian of his 2016. He's a smart guy, huh? Graduating class of Gilman. He ain't no criminal because he made a lot of smart mistakes by going to Starbucks. Like, you know, why would you? Anyway, he got hungry and thirsty right before he committed this major crime. But anyway, Luigi was a valedictorian in 2016, graduating at a Gilman school in Baltimore, where he played soccer, according to online sites. He studied at the University of Pennsylvania, according to an interview with Baltimore Fishbowl. So none of his classmates recognize him. Nobody knew who this guy was prior to him being identified at McDonald's. That is very, very interesting, don't you think? The news is playing with your intelligence. Well, hey, he ain't playing with mine. We going off of what? Look, we gotta believe something. J Glover, call in. Let me know what you thinking. I definitely want to know. She's a DTF, not a FBI. What? Luigi, where's Mario and Princess? Too funny. So, okay, so the bus came amid a massive manhunt while they in New York diving into the water looking for the weapon. This man had it with him the whole time. And he must have had more than one book bag because he was switching them out, or at least it appeared that he was. So I'm just, we getting our reports from the news sources. So the bus came amid a massive manhunt for the mass shooter who laid in wait. We know about that at the Hilton on 6th Avenue. So the chilling, efficient gunman snuck up behind Thompson on a sidewalk and put out what appeared to be a handgun with a silencer. Okay, so we know all that. Let's let them talk a little bit.
And you could see that face and $1 million smile as he was talking to that hotel clerk at the hostel and asking people, if you know this person, if you see this face, no matter where you are in the country, we're looking.
What about his friends? Nobody recognized this guy
for that call. So
his mother didn't recognize him, his daddy, granny, nobody. So
that worked today.
And John, with regard to the documents and the motive, is there anything else that your sources are leaning into? We know that, first of all, the bullet casing, which you talked about again last week.
First, some people are trying a new approach to weight loss medications like Ozempic, Wegovy, and Zepbound.
Hear about that.
Under the supervision of a doctor.
Oh, they just was live trying to capture this stuff, probably.
In this society.
What they talking about? Oh, they talking about Daniel Penny.
How we
got to talk about this too.
I think it can spark larger conversations, but I don't.
The QR code you see there.
They ain't talking about. They got too much going on their
pages for more information.
On those two major legal stories happening now, both involving New York City, the former Marine Daniel Penny found not guilty in the subway choking case.
That's crazy. They gonna force me to talk about it right now. Wow. So he was found not guilty.
Meanwhile, a person of interest in the fatal shooting of the United Healthcare CEO being questioned in Pennsylvania. Former NYPD Lieutenant Darren Porcher joining us now. Darren, great to see you. Thank you for being here. What a busy time for New York crime stories. Let's start with Daniel Penny, because this case, a lot of people say, was just the DA trying to divert attention.
I don't want to talk about that right now.
Sets forth a serious precedent for us.
Gosh.
Crazy people out in the street.
Not right now. I bet it's some crazy.
NYPD's police officers wasn't there. Man. Protections in a place like New York City.
Are they gonna talk about it or not?
See,
or
the name of a suspect, because when we go back years ago,
yeah, that's the part I'm talking about.
There was an individual by the name of.
They in New York diving in water, and this man is in McDonald's chilling, eating, dining in. Like what? With all the evidence with him. Yeah, he definitely was working alone. He had that part figured out. You can't have nobody else involved in this because they gonna tell on you. Because, yeah, that's pretty wild.
On the street, and the suspect apparently is, or a suspect, we should say, we don't know if he is the one they've been looking for, but a suspect has been captured in Pennsylvania. He matches the description of the.
Or could there be more than one suspect, since we've seen people walking around that looked alike with similar bags and different colors? Could it be two of them? Could he just be the fall guy and the actual guy got away? You know what I'm saying? Could it be that?
The suspect that was put out, that we saw a picture of. Now what we're looking at are cops in Central Park in New York City looking for more evidence. They found over the weekend the backpack that was used by that suspect. What are your views on this? Are you surprised that?
Now they said the backpack had a bunch of Monopoly money and a Tommy Hilfiger jacket in it.
That we were able to capture. And are you surprised that, in fact, if this is a suspect, he got out of the New York ring that was supposed to.
This another thing that he did, according to them. Like when they were looking at the book bag, they were saying this book bag is only sold in certain stores. You know what I'm saying? It's not sold everywhere. So this dude had rare stuff. He had a weapon that wasn't that seemed like it was rare the way the people was talking about it. Rare way that he was using it. And so pretty much when you have things that are rare, like the book bag or maybe the jacket that he had on, they just go look, find out. Matter of fact, the person who made the book bag actually called, hey, that is my book bag. The manufacturer is calling. And so that's just crazy. Yeah, they're only sold in 2 stores across the world. Like, that's dumb. You supposed to wear something that everybody wears if you ain't trying to be caught. You know what I'm saying? Now, we don't condone violence over here. I'm just saying, like, we got a lot of common sense over here.
Keep him in.
I'm surprised that he wasn't captured sooner. I'm surprised that this took so long. And the one thing that law enforcement has to really be careful about, when we go back years ago in the Olympic bombing, there was an individual by the name of Richard Jewell that was placed in front of the cameras as a suspect. And we later found out that he, in fact, was not the suspect. So as a result, he sued the FBI civilly and won. Now, the NYPD is cognizant of this. Therefore, they're not introducing the name of a suspect, because if they get it wrong, they don't want to be sued. But we're still working on providing as much information as possible to reach that level of probable cause, which is the standard of proof necessary to effect an arrest. I don't believe this individual has been arrested. He is still in custody and he's still being questioned. So it's really going to be determined later on down the line today as to if he, in fact, is the suspect that will be arrested for this horrific crime.
Lieutenant Darren Porcher, great to talk to you. Thank you very much for your insight into these breaking news stories. Appreciate it.
If this ain't him, they got him plastered, right? This dude got some super thick eyebrows.
We have breaking news on the search for the man who shot and killed a healthcare CEO on the streets of Manhattan last week. 2 sources familiar with the matter tell News 4 investigators are following a new possible lead in that murder investigation connected to healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. A man in
Wait a minute. This was actually posted 5 minutes ago or something, 10 minutes ago. And they said it appears that Luigi was interviewed by the University of Pennsylvania publications Penn Today in 2018 about starting a video game development club. And in that interview, he said, in high school, I started playing a lot of independent games and stuff like that, but I wanted my own game. And so I learned how to code. Luigi, who is described as Luigi, a junior from Baltimore, said. So in my freshman year and sophomore year of high school, I learned on my own how to program. And that's why I'm a computer science major now. Okay, that's how I got into it. He added, I just really wanted to make games. So he created a game out of this. Oh my God, with the Monopoly money and all that. Look, what was he playing? What is that game that Pokemon, Find the Pokemon. You know, he created his own game. Shout out to the 370 people. Please smack that thumbs up. We dropping some news right now. Breaking. So in my high school and sophomore year of high school, I learned on my own how to program, and that's why I'm into computer science. I mean, it's my science major, and now that's how I got into it. He added, I just really wanted to make games. He and another student decided to start University of Pennsylvania Game Research and Development Upgrade. The article states, a club where students develop their own video games. So, well, hold on. Let's see if I can. What is this? Okay, student highlights interdisciplinary art of making games. And this article, hold on. Science and technology. So as a high school student, Luigi, interest in video games didn't stop at playing them. He wanted to create them. In high school, like with me, hold on, let me put this man's picture up here. We is talking about, let me let him play. That's what I'll do, and then I'll come back. Shout out to everybody in the building.
Altoona, Pennsylvania is being questioned because he was found with a gun similar to the one used in the shooting. And News 4 chief investigative reporter Jonathan Dienst is on the phone with us right now with all the details that you're uncovering here. John.
Yeah, Adam, police believe this could be a major break in this case. It was a suspect, a man who was seen in a McDonald's, and employees and patrons at that McDonald's in Altoona, Pennsylvania, were concerned that the man resembled the suspect wanted in the New York shooting, so they called police. Police arrived, picked him up, brought him to the local police station in the Altoona, Pennsylvania area, and under questioning, they found he had a fake ID and a weapon that appears similar to the one used in the killing of the CEO. Now, you'll recall the person who checked into the hostel here in New York also used a fake ID, a fake New Jersey ID, and investigators are looking to see if that is in fact the same ID that was used during that check-in at the hostel in New York. So they are not calling him the suspect at this time, but there is optimism, there is hope that this is a major break in the search for a suspect in the shooting of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Last week, he was shot at point blank range in front of a Midtown hotel, and there has been a manhunt ongoing for days. And now a man is in custody being questioned in Altoona, Pennsylvania. And we are told that investigators are looking to see if he had arrived recently on a bus that had come from Philadelphia. That is not yet confirmed, but that is one angle that they are looking into, whether the man who's being questioned at this hour had just arrived in the Altoona area off of a bus from Philadelphia. As we all know, earlier in the week, PD had said they were concerned this suspect had left New York City on a bus from the bus terminal up near the George Washington Bridge and had left to go out of state. So the question is, did he take a bus from New York to Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, and then perhaps take another bus out towards the Altoona area? That is all being looked into, and that is, of course, if the man who is in custody in Pennsylvania is one and the same, and that this is not just some sort of coincidence. But right now, investigators from the NYPD are en route to Altoona, Pennsylvania. The FBI has been alerted, as have other agencies, and the investigation very much ongoing. But again, a man spotted in a McDonald's in the Altoona, Pennsylvania area has appearances similar to the suspect wanted in New York for the shooting of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Customers and employees called police. They arrived. When they arrived, they found that man had a fake ID on him. They took him in for questioning, and at the police station, they discovered he not only had the fake ID, he had a gun that was very much similar. It's like an animal gun, along with a silencer, similar to the type of gun that was used to shoot CEO Brian Thompson. And again, there are appearances and other factors like possible bus travel that are raising questions if law enforcement has the man in custody. It is still too soon to know, so it is a person of interest who is being questioned, and the investigation very much ongoing. And if this turns out to be the break that police are looking for, there may be an official announcement later this afternoon by the NYPD, but we're getting ahead of ourselves a little bit there because, again, as of now, a man is in custody in Pennsylvania being questioned in connection with whether he is the man linked to the shooting of that United Healthcare CEO, Brian Thompson. Adam.
Pardon my eyebrows.
Because we're going to go to News 4's Mark Stantia right now, who's on his way to Altoona, Pennsylvania. And Mark, based on what Jonathan's saying, and I know you've been working the phones with your law enforcement sources for 5 days now, as they have searched for this mystery.
Y'all, please hit the thumbs up. I can't see him, but I got a feeling y'all ain't doing it. Please hit the thumbs up. We breaking news right now.
Murderer. Fair to say that they would characterize this as a promising development, the most promising development yet in the search for that suspect.
You're absolutely right, Adam. Multiple law enforcement sources are saying this could be a major break in the case. And we aren't the only ones heading west on 80 right now, Adam. I can tell you, just got off the phone with multiple law enforcement sources who say NYPD detectives are heading out west as well. They're on their way to Altoona, Pennsylvania. They want to talk to this person. They obviously, from this, there are several leads coming from this. But the way it was characterized to me, Adam, is this is sort of classic see something, say something. This is cops and community working together. NYPD detectives have been working nonstop on this case, Adam, since it happened last Wednesday. They've been working it. They've been pulling hours and hours of video, getting photos out to the public.
The news been around the clock with this case. This is how you look for somebody when you want to find them, okay?
And disseminating them. These photos, Adam, have gone worldwide. And now, today, what we're hearing when you had employees and customers inside that McDonald's saying this person looks familiar, it's all because of that work done by NYPD detectives disseminating those photographs that people said, this person, something's not right here. This person looks like this other person who we've been seeing photos of. And they spoke up. They called 911. Police responded immediately. But it's also important to know, Adam, this is a very strong lead. And the NYPD has had dozens of leads come in since last Wednesday. Since Brian Thompson was killed, they have had dozens of leads come in. And what I've been told is detectives, investigators, they've chased down all the leads. Some leads have come to nothing, to no fruition, but they don't know that until they run on it. They ran on this lead, Altoona police, they picked them up. And now detectives are very, very interested in what they're characterizing a very strong possible break in this case. Again, he had a fake ID on him. He had a gun in his bag on him that resembled the gun in the shooting last Wednesday in Midtown.
That's Luigi.
And that's why they're on their way. Again, detectives on their way right now, I'm told.
Do you believe that the picture of this guy right here is the same guy? The only thing I can see is them eyebrows, and they look the same. I could see like some light and darker spots in his eyebrows that are very similar to the picture where you could see the eyebrows. Okay, let me know if y'all think that's him. I'm gonna do a poll to see what y'all think. You gotta look at the eyebrows if you could see it. Oh, he got a hold on, he got social media. Let's look him up. Hold on, where's his social media? Is it Twitter? Hold on. But this is the guy, allegedly, that they have. Anyway.
I'm told the person of interest who was taken into custody was wearing a black jacket inside that McDonald's. And I'm told his physical features, he strongly resembles the person of interest that we've been showing photos of for the last 5 days, Adam. So again, detectives are heading to Altoona. We're on our way as well. And we'll let you know as soon as we hear more information. We'll let you know. But again, this is being characterized by law enforcement sources as a very strong possible break in this case.
And Mark, you mentioned the key details here when you say fake New Jersey ID. They found that fake New Jersey ID. Could it be the same one that we know was reportedly used for that suspected shooter to check into the hostel on the Upper West Side? And then also that gun. It's not just any handgun that was used, a very specific type of gun. And we've uncovered that through our reporting from Mark Santia and Chief Investigator Jonathan Dienst.
Hold on, what we got up here?
This is a CBS News special report. I'm Lindsay Reiser. We're coming on the air because New York City officials are giving an update on the investigation into the shooting death of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Let's listen.
I'm messing up over here.
Of a senseless act of violence.
Wait a minute.
Our officers have been working around the clock.
Okay.
Many of them did not go home to pursue this individual. It was crucial that we were able to remove him off the streets of America, and we were going to seek him out no matter where he was at the time. And so this is a strong person of interest. The police commissioner and chief of detectives will go over where we are right now in the investigation. He matches the description of the identification we've been looking for. He's also in possession of several items that we believe will connect him to this incident. How did we do it? Good old-fashioned police work. The chief of detectives and the police commissioner made the decision to release as much of a photo that we had at the time. We sent it across the country, and someone, a McDonald's employee, did something we ask every American to do. If you see something, say something, but most importantly, do something. And they did. And because of that, we believe we have a strong person of interest to deal with this case. I want to now turn it over to the police commissioner of the city of New York, Commissioner Tisch.
Thank you, Mayor. Good afternoon, everyone. Earlier this morning in Altoona, Pennsylvania, members of the Altoona Police Department arrested Luigi Magione, a 26-year-old male, on firearms charges. At this time, he is believed to be our person of interest in the brazen targeted murder of Brian Thompson, CEO of United Healthcare, last Wednesday in Midtown Manhattan. The suspect was in a McDonald's and was recognized by an employee who then called local police. Responding officers questioned the suspect, who was acting suspiciously and was carrying multiple fraudulent IDs as well as a U.S. passport. Upon further investigation, officers recovered a firearm on his person, as well as a suppressor, both consistent with the weapon used in the murder. They also recovered clothing, including a mask consistent with those worn by our wanted individual. Also recovered was a fraudulent New Jersey ID, matching the ID our suspect.
Hold on, y'all. Y'all believe in Kawinky Dinks? Because we don't now. He got too much stuff like the shooter. I know y'all don't want to believe this, but this is what's happening, y'all.
Used to check into his New York City hostel before the shooting incident. Additionally, officers recovered a handwritten document that speaks to both his motivation and mindset. NYPD detectives are en route to Pennsylvania as we seek to interview the subject further. This apprehension is thanks to the tireless work of the greatest detectives in the world, and of course, the strong relationships we have with our local law enforcement partners on every level. Local, state, and federal. We all serve the same public safety mission. And this case, which captured the attention of an entire nation, is another example of how connected we are and how important it is to work together, share information, and pursue every lead. For just over 5 days, our NYPD investigators combed through thousands of hours of video, followed up on hundreds of tips, and processed every bit of forensic evidence, DNA, fingerprints, IP addresses, and so much more to tighten the net. We deployed drones, canine units, and scuba divers. We leveraged the domain awareness system, Argus cameras, and conducted aviation canvasses. And our detectives also went door to door, interviewing potential witnesses and doing the good old-fashioned police work that our investigators are famous for. This combination of old school detective work and new age technology is what led to this result today. And we must also acknowledge the instrumental role the media and the public played in this case. The images that we shared with the public were spread far and wide, and the tips we received led to the recovery of crucial evidence. We should never underestimate the power of the public to be our eyes and our ears in these investigations. This is the third time in 3 weeks that a member of the public has seen something and said.
Can y'all hear this? Let me know if y'all can hear this okay. For a minute, it was acting up and I can't hear it on the other end. Let me know if y'all can hear it okay. Because I cannot. Okay, what is going on with my phone here? I'm watching the chat. Let me know if y'all can hear it. Damn public. You hear it. Okay, that's so weird. I don't know why I can't. We can hear it. Okay, I'm going to keep it playing.
Said something and done something
hear it on my cell
that led to a high-profile arrest. The triple stabbing homicide in Manhattan, the gunpoint robberies in Queens during which an NYPD officer was shot, and now this. Now, the case will continue through the criminal justice process. And while we are proud of today's accomplishment, we must, of course, remember that a family is in mourning. I want to again extend my sympathies to Brian's family, his co-workers, and all who knew him. Finally, I want to thank the women and men of the NYPD, especially our Detective Bureau personnel, with a strong assist from our intelligence analysts. We also thank the SAC of the FBI's Criminal Investigative Division, Leslie Rodriguez-Bekshies. And I want to commend the staff of the Manhattan DA's office, and especially DA Alvin Bragg. He has been working with us 24/7 on this case, and I am incredibly grateful for his partnership. I'll now pass it along to our great Chief of Detectives, Joe Kenny, who will provide additional information. Chief.
Thank you, Commissioner. Good afternoon. As the Commissioner stated earlier, a male was taken into custody today in Altoona, Pennsylvania this morning. He has been identified as Luigi Nicholas Magione. He's a male, 26 years old. He was born and raised in Maryland. We know he has ties to San Francisco, California, and his last known address was Honolulu, Hawaii. He has no prior arrest history in New York. Members of the NYPD Detective Bureau are currently traveling to Pennsylvania with members of the Manhattan District Attorney's Office to interview this subject. This case was brought to a successful conclusion based on the coordinated effort between numerous NYPD units, including the Intelligence and Counterterrorism Bureau, our federal partners at the FBI, the Manhattan District Attorney's Office, and of course, members of the Altoona Police Department in Pennsylvania. On Thursday, one day after this crime was committed, the NYPD released a photo of the shooter in this case. This picture was obtained by the NYPD during one of their extensive video canvasses. We took that photograph and we asked for the public's help in identifying this subject, and the public responded. Hundreds of tips began to pour into our hotline. Each tip was investigated thoroughly, and we began to release additional photographs as they came into our possession. The NYPD provided these photos to numerous media outlets. Local, national, and international outlets released the photo via television, print, social media, and online content. Luckily, a citizen in Pennsylvania recognized our subject and called local law enforcement. Members of the Altoona Police Department responded to the call, and based on their investigation, they notified the NYPD. This investigation is still active and ongoing. Thank you very much.
No tip. They not getting that money. Wait a minute, did they call? Wait, who they call? Because if they didn't call, y'all know they want the money, and they probably not gonna get that money. They didn't call Crime Stopper.
A couple questions about the document that he was found in possession with. Can you go a little bit more in depth about those motivations that you mentioned? Was that CEO specifically named in that document? Was there anything more about him wanting to go after others? And also in that document, was there any indication that explains us how the level of detail that he went into killing him? Like, is there anything?
Like I said, that document is currently in the possession of the Altoona Police Department as part of their investigation. But just from briefly speaking with them, we don't think that there's any specific threats to other people mentioned in that document, but it does seem that he has some ill will toward corporate America.
Over here, sir.
MJ?
Chief, was the suspect wearing a mask at the time he was spotted in the McDonald's? And also, criminal cases often have a linchpin. Can you point to a single linchpin that helped crack this case?
There's numerous linchpins in this case, in the fact that we've recovered an enormous amount of forensic evidence, an enormous amount of video, and once again, with your help and the public's help. So I really couldn't put it on one thing, but if I had to, it would be the release of that photograph from the media.
Dean?
You said he had a passport on him. Do you believe he was trying to flee the country? And also, are you still looking for any evidence in Central Park in regards to the bike?
We had divers in the water yesterday that came up negative results. The passport, we don't believe that he was planning on doing any traveling at this time. We don't think at this point in our investigation, we don't think he was trying to flee the country.
The person at the McDonald's, were they buying food? What were they doing at that exact moment?
He was an employee at the McDonald's.
Right. But what was the suspect doing?
He was sitting there eating.
Will the suspect be brought back to New York and charged here? And when?
We're going to have to work that out with the Manhattan District Attorney's Office in Altoona, Pennsylvania. He's going to be facing gun charges there. And at some point, we'll work out through extradition to bring him back to New York to face charges here, working with the Manhattan District Attorney's Office.
Hi, Anita from the New York Post. I was just hoping to get more details on the capture itself. Did he put up a fight? Did he say anything to cops? And we've also reported that he published online anti-health care industry rantings. Can you share with us some of the services that he posted on?
We're still working through his social media. We're going to do a complete scrub of that. Preliminarily, like I said, he seems that he has some ill will toward corporate America, but that will all come out as part of our investigation. We're not done here. We're still going to be putting this together. We're still going to be working very hard to bring this to a successful conclusion.
The capture itself, did he put up a fight? Did he say anything to police?
I don't have that information.
Sorry, can you elaborate on how he got there, the path he took from Port Authority and on the George Washington Bridge to Altoona, PA?
Same thing. This just happened this morning. We'll be backtracking his steps from New York to Altoona, Pennsylvania.
I was going to ask if he knew anything. If people want to know. To Philadelphia first, and then somehow got to Altoona.
Still working on that. We're still working through that.
Is there any indication that anybody else was helping him from the inside, as far as tracking the CEO's movements?
Once again, we're still working this investigation very hard. It's not at its conclusion yet. That could come out during our investigation, but as of right now, we have no indication that that took place.
Chief, did he have any weapons or anything like that with him when he was arrested?
He was in possession of a ghost gun that had the capability of firing a 9mm round and a suppressor.
Can you get into a little bit about the technical aspects of the investigation? I know you deployed an unprecedented amount of technology. You also activated the Sentry program through Intel. Can you talk about how that is going to play into actually building the case as far as cell phone and all of the other technical aspects of what you've done?
In this case, it really came down to technology was the use of drones in Central Park, and really comes down to the video canvas that we did. We used every source of video that we could collect, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours from hundreds of sources, and that helped bring this to where we are right now.
The gun is it believed to be the gun used in the shooting? And there was some talk that it was a veterinarian type gun. Is that accurate?
No, as of right now, the information we're getting from Altoona is that the gun appears to be a ghost gun. May have been made on a 3D printer. The capability of firing a 9mm round, obviously that will come out during our ballistics testing.
What?
Oliver?
Yeah, Oliver. Do you have any indication like how long this handwritten, is it a handwritten manifesto that you found on the suspect? And then also whether or not he put it online at all?
Don't know if it's online. As of right now, it's a handwritten 3-page document.
3-page
Chief,
document.
does he have ties to that area, and was he someone who you knew by name before his arrest?
We believe he may have attended college in Pennsylvania, but like I said earlier, he has ties to Maryland and California and Hawaii.
You knew him by name before today. Was his name on your radar?
Excuse me?
Was his name on your radar? Was he someone who you had been looking into before his arrest?
No, we did not have his name prior to today.
Brent,
Does he have
Dang,
any prior
what
arrests? I
about
know
this
they were
guy?
done for New York City, but is there any prior arrests anywhere else in the country?
We have not come across any arrests in the country.
Chief, hi, how are you? On two things. On the ghost gun, is it something you're going to be looking into to see if he made it himself? Can he make that himself? Or would he have to buy the gun the way it was?
No, but once again, that'll be part of our investigation as we follow up.
I mean, obviously he's going to face murder charges, but is there any chance that he could face any other charges because he was targeting the CEO, and because of his writings and other things that we're now finding on him? Federal charges or
that determination will be made by Alvin Bragg.
Yes, what connections does he have in Pennsylvania that you know of? Are they in Altoona specifically?
We believe he attended college in Pennsylvania.
Does he know anybody in Pennsylvania?
Wouldn't be able to tell you that.
All right, we're going to take one more question on the shooting, Marla, and then we're going to go.
You talk about the manifesto having said things against corporations, but specifically United Healthcare, and do you believe that Magione acted alone?
We believe at this point, our investigation is leaning toward he was acting alone. So, like I stated earlier, we're still working through the investigation. We're not stopping today. And as far as the manifesto, like I said, I don't have the complete details of that. It's in the possession of the Altoona Police Department.
We're going to shift to Fox.
Good job, Chief. Commissioner, Chief Maggie.
Welcome back, everybody. This is a CBS News special report, and we have been listening to a law enforcement update
Very
on
interesting.
A person of interest being questioned in the case of the death of the United CEO in the middle of Midtown Manhattan last week. I want to bring in Anna Schechter.
Okay, so we about to go look on his Twitter page and see what he had going on. What was his last post? What was he talking about? What's the issue? Let's see what we can figure out. Whatever they still have left here. Let me throw this in. Shout out to everybody in the building. Please smack that thumbs up, y'all. I do see something about health just off the rip on this page that he got pinned here. Free Luigi. Man, I guess he knew he was going to get caught. Look how far he got before they caught him, though. And somebody from McDonald's had to tell him where he was at. So they wasn't on his trail. And he wasn't running. If he was just getting back home, is what it sounded like to me. He just want to make it back home. I don't think he had nothing to eat since that power bar. And whatever else he had what's name? Does he know Diddy? He didn't do it. Look, yeah, free Luigi. Wait, let's see what he's talking about first. Nah, we don't condone violence over here, y'all. We just report it. But hey, y'all can say whatever you want. I can't. I'm the one with the mic. I'm the only one that'll get in trouble. Okay, so it's in there. But no, we really don't condone violence over here. But I feel like some of them people at United Healthcare
Lock
need
his
to...
ass up. Lock his ass up. You're going to jail. You're going to jail. Lock his ass up.
I don't like what I'm hearing about United Healthcare. You know what I'm saying? Not at all. But, so this is Luigi's page right here. Well, let's see what he got going on. Obviously, I couldn't pull up the whole thing, but he does have a Twitter account. And it says that he's located in Honolulu, Hawaii. He joined in 2016, April. He only got 74 followers. And now, no, he's only following 74 people. But he now has 83.3K followers. Let's see who he following. I don't know none of these people he following. Okay. Hold on. Now, the post that he have pinned, y'all can see right there. And it says, and this was pinned on December 22nd of 2008. Wait, no. December 8th of 2022. 7 years ago, I gave my high school senior speech on this topic. Today, I will be talking to you about the future, about topics ranging from conscious artificial intelligence to human immortality. Likely, you'll dismiss all of this pretty quick as interesting, but just science fiction. Oh, okay. So he's into science, okay? So then he shared some stuff too, but let me see, what has he's only shared stuff. Wait, hold on. Here's something he posted May 14th. Cellular aggregation is where solar power was 20 years ago, and EV batteries were 10 years ago. Okay. Free ethical money for anyone who's paying attention. His interests are clearly different than mine. Okay, horror. What the heck is this? Hold on. He shared a link from MSNBC and it says relevant read. Christianity's decline has unleashed terrible new gods. New atheism assumed that as people abandon Christianity, they would embrace a sort of enlightened secular position. Excuse me, the death of Christian. What are we talking about here, sir? See, clearly, I don't know what this man is talking about, but we gonna read. Wait a minute. The death of Christian Scotland shows this was wrong. Faith there has been replaced by deranged and the birthplace of Scottish. Hold on, let me see something. He shared this from somebody. And this stuff is, now this is from April 2024. Let me see if I could get, I don't know what the hell he's talking about. Just kind of weird stuff, I guess. Let me show y'all that. This dude look like he kind of laying low, like he up to something. The picture of the guy that he got from back in April. Definitely is a criminal, but all this other stuff, we'll see. Please smack the thumbs up. I don't know how many thumbs up I got right now, but I hope I got at least 332, being that that's how many people in the building. Internship at McDonald's, coding, burgers, and fries. So they are trying to tell us this dude got a major in computer science, and the first job he looked for is McDonald's. Did they say he worked at McDonald's? Because I'm doing so much right now. I know he was at McDonald's eating. But I don't know about where. Did they say he worked at McDonald's? Is that why y'all saying that? Because I'm really busy, so I don't know where y'all getting that. That was his first job. Maybe they said it and I wasn't listening. So here's that post that I was just reading. I don't know where he's going with this stuff, but we gonna scroll down a little bit more. I don't know where his other page or pages may be. Let me move this video since I made that a video. And then I'm gonna let them keep talking too. Why they breaking news.
It's the CBS News Crime Beat, covering crime and public safety for CBS News and stations. Anna, thank you so much for being here. I want to go through some of what police say he had on him. This person of interest, Luigi Mangione, 26-year-old male, a firearm and a suppressor on his person consistent with the weapon used in the murder, fraudulent New Jersey ID matching the ID that the suspect used to check into that New York City hostel, a handwritten document that speaks to a motive and mindset, and he was sitting there in the McDonald's eating. How do you square that behavior with someone who was on the run in such a high-profile case?
See, so he was at, wait. Oh, so yeah, he was at McDonald's eating. Let me see what y'all saying. Jay Glover, whoa, you said you have seen Luigi. I could have sworn he was an employee at McDonald's. No, they said he was eating. Okay, yeah, y'all, Jay Glover, you getting me confused over here. I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, so here's something that he posted April 18th. He said, modern Japanese urban environment is an evolutionary mismatch for human animals. The solution to falling birthplaces isn't immigration, it's culture. Encourage natural human interaction, sex, physical fitness, and spirituality. Bang Tinga, fleshlights, and Japan real whole. Immigration won't solve anything. Now this is what he shared. Immigration won't solve anything. It may be a short-term solution at best. Japan will be fine as long as it stays Japanese. So he's sharing something from Adam Rossi. So that's what he does a lot of. He reposts stuff, and then sometimes he caption it and sometimes he don't. Whenever I see legitimate media headlines, what? That's something else. Hold on, let me see. Oh, I'll let them keep talking. But yeah, so that was a post that he posted right there with that criminal-looking guy.
Well, I mean, he had to eat, and he was able to maintain his composure right after firing those shots off in cold blood. So it indicates that this is a person who was devoted to his cause. He wrote the words deny, depose, and delay on the bullet casings that were found at the scene of the crime. There was Monopoly money in the backpack that was recovered from Central Park that he dropped. And now this 3-page manifesto, all of this kind of speaks to a person who is motivated by an extreme ideology. And it all puts together a clearer picture of this person of interest and why he would do what he would do. That was the big question, why he would do it. The fact is that he actually did a lot right to cover his tracks, but not enough. Pulling that face mask down was his first mistake when he checked into that hostel.
A flirtatious moment with the clerk.
Exactly. That was a mistake. And then staying close by. I mean, Altoona, Pennsylvania is not that far away from New York City, but he was able to cover his tracks that it took 5 days for the NYPD to figure out which bus he might have taken to depart New York City. So that was a big question. And it was really a citizen tip that was called in. That is why we're sitting here right now.
Somebody who was working at that McDonald's. Anna Schechter, thank you so much. I want to bring in CBS News law enforcement contributor Richard Esposito. He's a former NYPD deputy commissioner. Thank you so much for being here. What does it take to comb through the massive network of surveillance videos and photos, not only in New York City, but potentially bus stops along the route to trace his movements?
It takes hundreds of people and thousands of hours. That's why people are looking tired. You could see the chief of detectives. He's been working day and night, and as has everyone in his command and in the intelligence command and in federal agencies. It's been a massive effort to comb through all of that video, all of those images.
And that said, are you surprised that it took police 5 days to find this person of interest?
I'm not. This person made a concerted effort to escape and did his best to move away from cameras when he could. He made mistakes as
Oh, Luigi. Okay, so his Twitter page is weird in my opinion, you know, because I don't know what he really talking about. It's nothing that I'm interested in, but let's just read this anyway. This was posted on January 24th of this year, I'm assuming. So this is okay. So he said, I used to get bummed in math class when I was learning theorems. See, I don't even know what that means. Like, this is a pretty smart kid here, right? Guy, whatever you want to call him. You know, they like to call them kids. Wait, hold on. Okay, wait. Everyone realizes you are being programmed. This whole news story is a lie. All of it. Hell, Lifetime could have wrote a better plot. Listen, man, if I thought like that and I'm a crime channel, I just wouldn't. I would be crazy. I know people think like that. I just can't. I cannot think that everything is fake that I'm being shown. That I can't. That would drive me nuts. And I think it make people go crazy when they tell themselves stuff like that. I just can't do it. However, I know people do this, say things like that all the time. So we over here, we gonna talk about this story as if everything that we're hearing on the news is the truth. Okay, I can't go with that kind of stuff. So anyway, this guy said, I used to get bummed in math class when I was learning theorems, I guess. All the low-hanging fruits has been solved before I was born. If I was alive at the time of the Pythagoras, I could have easily derived the Pythagorean theorem and etched my place in history. But now I feel lucky for my 21st century education. I get to simply download the knowledge of all who came before me, allowing me to stand on their shoulders and ponder new problems they never would have had access to. If 5th century BC Pythagoras discovered algebraic theorems, I ain't never heard of none of this stuff. If 19th century Darwin discovered the evolution of species, then what topic does the 21st century mind explore? I'd say evolutionary psychology, primitive neuroscience, and informative networks. All righty. Well, Thank you for that education, sir. I got to go look all this up now. Look, he said being smart makes you more prone to confirmation bias. Being smart makes you more prone to confirmation bias. I can't read the words I can read today. Like, so in retrospect, it shouldn't have been surprising. Confirmation bias is what happens when the little lawyer in your head takes control of your thinking process. And smart people have very smart little lawyers in there. Well, sir, did your little lawyer tell you to put down your mask in front of the camera? And did your little lawyer tell you to go to McD's to eat? I'm just saying, and throw that power bar paper wrapper and cup in the garbage, which enabled them to get your DNA. Did your little lawyer tell you that? Like, what? Okay, but he admits that he's smart, right? And what I'm reading, it sounds smart. You know how people, when they want to be smart, they say all these big words and stuff that they want you to have to go look up or ask them the definition to, which most people won't ask you when they don't know something. They'll just let you keep talking as if they know everything you talking about. I'm that one and to be like, what was that? What did you just say? What does that mean? Like, challenge them. See if they even know what the hell they talking about. Seriously. Okay, I'm gonna let them talk a little bit. What in the world? Wait, it's probably some more stuff happening. Give me a minute.
Anna Schechter pointed out, but he also did a lot of things right. Moving through Central Park, taking buses where you don't need ID, you don't go through security. You can, in fact, put a handgun in a knapsack and get on a bus. So he did a lot of things to keep his movements secure.
What happens next in this case?
I think Chief Kenny said that really well. He said there's a lot more to be done. You can hear all the excitement and the euphoria of thinking they have the person, but now they have to button that all down. Is the gun that he had on him now the gun that was used in the shooting? If not, where's that gun?
Now here's a book. Is Woodham at McD's? Now here's the book. This is a book that y'all might want to get that he suggests. He said, my book, What's Our Philosophy? No, What's Our Problem? This guy, so he's sharing something from a guy named Tim Urban, and he said his book called What's Our Problem is now available. Now, Luigi shared this January 24th. He said, I believe this book will go down in history as the most important philosophical text of the 21st century. Okay, that's a book suggestion from Luigi.
Do the fingerprints match to any evidence forensic at the scene? Is the manifesto something that goes beyond motive and says he's going to do something? It doesn't sound like it does off the top. So that's what goes on now.
Richard Esposito, thank you so much for being with us. Once again, we've been following breaking news after a multi-state manhunt. 26-year-old Luigi Magione is in custody in Pennsylvania as a person of interest in the deadly shooting of the United Healthcare CEO. Our coverage will continue on CBS News 24/7, your local news, and tonight on this.
Okay, so they down 24/7. I knew I didn't have much left in my queue. So let me see what we gonna be listening to, because I mean stories are constantly developing, but right now I'm still looking on his Twitter page, just trying to see if I could see anything that makes sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Because all that stuff I just read, it don't make a lot of sense. I'm not trying to think like that. Wait a minute. Finally, be excited for what the future holds for us. We may have been born into one of the most exciting times on Earth. This is posted December 8th of 2022. So this is old stuff. Period. Oh, I'm about to read it. It's old. Hold on. It's super old. So I wonder where was he at? Where was he posting that recently? Let's look at this. Look like he got a little body going on. Wait a minute, what he got in his arm? I don't know what this means, but I'll show you. Now, when you look at this picture, wow, he got a nice six-pack, I tell you that. But he got a picture, he got an x-ray of what looks like an arm. Wait. I'll just screenshot it. It's a part of his, actually, did I put it on here? Because it's the banner on his page on Twitter. Hold on. Where the heck I put it? Oh, yeah, that's not what I put there, but I put it in a video. Okay, so let me move the comment. So the banner, you can see him with a six-pack right there. And then that picture in the middle is what I'm talking about. Let me move that. Move the banner. Move the phone number. So that's what I'm talking about right there in the middle. It looked like some clamps or I don't know what the heck this is. And then you can see him right there, but I'm going to screenshot it and put it out there. Do I still have this up? We're going to let her keep talking, you know, while I continue to look for stuff. Let's go back.
Earlier this
Sir, we're coming on the air because New York City officials are giving an update on the investigation into the shooting death of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Let's listen.
Was the victim of a senseless act of violence. Our officers have been working around the clock. Many of them did not go home to pursue this individual. It was crucial that we were able to remove him off the streets of America, and we were going to seek him out no matter where he was at the time. And so this is a strong person of interest. The police commissioner and chief of detectives will go over where we are right now in the investigation. He matches the description of the identification we've been looking for. He's also in possession of several items that we believe will connect him to this incident. How did we do it? Good old-fashioned police work. The chief of detectives and the police commissioner made the decision to release as much of a photo that we had at the time. We sent it across the country, and someone, a McDonald's employee, did something we ask every American to do. If you see something, say something, but most importantly, do something. And they did. And because of that, we believe we have a strong person of interest to deal with this case. I want to now turn it over to the police commissioner of the city of New York, Commissioner Tisch.
Run them big money.
Thank you, Mayor. Good afternoon, everyone. Earlier this morning in Altoona, Pennsylvania, members of the Altoona Police Department arrested Luigi Mangione, a 26-year-old male, on firearms charges. At this time, he is believed to be our person of interest in the brazen targeted murder of Brian Thompson, CEO of United Healthcare, last Wednesday in Midtown Manhattan. The suspect was in a McDonald's and was recognized by an employee who then called local police. Responding officers questioned the suspect, who was acting suspiciously and was carrying multiple fraudulent IDs as well as a U.S. passport. Upon further investigation, officers recovered a firearm on his person as well as a suppressor, both consistent with the weapon used in the murder. They also recovered clothing, including a mask consistent with those worn by our wanted individual. Also recovered was a fraudulent New Jersey ID, matching the ID our suspect used to check into his New York City hostel before the shooting incident. Additionally, officers recovered a handwritten document that speaks to both his motivation and mindset. NYPD detectives are en route to Pennsylvania as we seek to interview the subject further. This apprehension is thanks to the tireless work of the greatest detectives in the world, and of course, the strong relationships we have with our local law enforcement partners on every level, local, state, and federal. We all serve the same public safety mission. And this case, which captured the attention of an entire nation, is another example of how connected we are and how important it is to work together, share information, and pursue every lead. For just over 5 days, our NYPD investigators combed through thousands of hours of video, followed up on hundreds of tips, and processed every bit of forensic evidence, DNA, fingerprints, IP addresses, and so much more to tighten the net. We deployed drones, canine units, and scuba divers. We leveraged the domain awareness system, Argus cameras, and conducted aviation canvasses. And our detectives also went door to door, interviewing potential witnesses and doing the good old-fashioned police work that our investigators are famous for. This combination of old school detective work and new age technology is what led to this result today. And we must also acknowledge the instrumental role the media and the public played in this case. The images that we shared with the public were spread far and wide, and the tips we received led to the recovery of crucial evidence. We should never underestimate the power of the public to be our eyes and our ears in these investigations. This is the third time in 3 weeks that a member of the public has seen something and said something and done something that led to a high-profile arrest. The triple stabbing homicide in Manhattan, the gunpoint robberies in Queens.
So they said that he reportedly graduated in 2016 as a valedictorian from Gilman School, an all-boys high school in Baltimore, Maryland. A spokesman at the University of Pennsylvania confirmed he also graduated from the university in 2020 with a degree in computer and information science. So Luigi, 26 years old, was born and raised in Maryland, has ties to San Francisco, and his last known address was in Hawaii. Okay, and then Kenny noted that Luigi does not have a criminal history. He is being held in Pennsylvania on gun charges. So, how was he arrested? He was apprehended after receiving a tip that he had been spotted at a McDonald's. Okay, so a worker alerted the authorities as officers arrived. He was sitting there eating. What was he eating? Tell us the whole story. Officers questioned Luigi, who was acting suspicious and carrying multiple fraudulent IDs and passports. What did the police find during the arrest? And we heard them talking about they found all of these papers and all of this stuff. What was the gun? Okay, what happened in the unaliving? We know all this. Okay, we'll let her keep talking. I'm gonna pull up another
during which an NYPD officer was shot, and now this. Now, the case will continue through the criminal justice process. And while we are proud of today's accomplishment, we must, of course, remember that a family is in mourning. I want to again extend my sympathies to Brian's family, his co-workers, and all who knew him. Finally, I want to thank the women and men of the NYPD, especially our...
Okay, before you do all that, the person of interest in the unaliving anyway, we don't need to hear all that. So they said that these United Healthcare CEO Brian had written. Wait a minute. No, he had written a handwritten manifesto that warned these parasites had it coming. Okay, Luigi, 26, was arrested in. Okay, what else did the manifesto say? That's what I want to know. They just gonna tell us that? Okay, he was found he was found with a 2-page handwritten manifesto. I thought they said 3. That was heavily critical of the healthcare industry and warned that violence was the only answer to changing it. These parasites had it coming, he wrote in a document. A police official who has seen the document told CNN, I do apologize for any strife and trauma, but it had to be done. It continued. The manifesto also stated that Luigi was acting alone and had funded himself. Luigi was also carrying a fake New Jersey ID that matched the one used in the New York hostel, and a ghost gun, which with a suppressor, which matched the description of the one used there. And so, what else did the manifesto say? We know all this. Okay. So, investigators released unmasked photos of the person of interest taken to the upper. Okay. So, authorities also revealed that. All right, we know all that. Okay. So, I guess that's some of the newer information. And then, let me put this other picture in here. I'm not looking at the chat, y'all, because I'm looking for updates, but I will look in a minute. But y'all can also call in if you want to give your opinion on what you're hearing here. You want to give your input. We would love to hear it, so you can definitely call in if you want. But right now, I'm trying to put this in though. So now wouldn't be a great time to call, but let me throw this little video in that I just put his picture on. We just trying to keep up to date on what's going on right now. This has been captivating the world. Okay, including me. I've been tuned in over here, because the thing that I'm looking at it all, but I'm looking at how it looks when they actually do their job and actually look for people that they want to find. When they actually, how they say, we can't find, the cell phone, or we can't find no good footage that ain't a football field in distance, this grainy photo. Y'all know the stuff that we get when we trying to get something solved, and it just seemed like they just ain't got quite what we need to solve it. This is how it happens when they want to solve it. I'm just saying. This is how it happens when they want to catch the person that broke the law. I'm just saying. I'm looking at all the resources that they're using. You know what I'm saying? There's Luigi. He been working out. I don't know how old these pictures are, but he been working out. Right? Okay. So let me see what else we got going on. Let's throw that one up for a second till I find something else.
We start with breaking news in the case of the murdered health insurance CEO in New York City last week. Police are now questioning a man in Pennsylvania in connection with the killing of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. CNN's Bryn Gingras and John Miller join me now from New York. Bryn, I'm going to start with you. What do we know?
So we know right now, Dana, that there is someone that is being questioned by investigators right now in Altoona, Pennsylvania. This person is 26 years old, according to sources telling John Miller. We've learned that they actually got a tip from someone at a nearby McDonald's in that area who said, hey, this guy looks like the person that's in all those photos that have been circulating. And that's how he was brought in for further questioning. And in doing so, according to sources telling John that they found a lot of evidence that could point in the right investigation for authorities at this point. They found a gun that resembles the one that was used in the murder last Wednesday. They found a suppressor, which is basically another word for a silencer. It muffles the sound of a gunshot. We know that was also used in the killing on Wednesday. And they found a number of fake IDs with this person. One of those, according to sources, the NYPD does believe was used here in New York City. Now, also, if you remember, we reported that investigators believed their person who was responsible for this killing used a fake ID to check into a hostel in the Upper West Side of Manhattan. So it's possible that is one of those fake IDs. We've also learned from sources that there were some sort of documents that were with this person that is, again, brought in for questioning at this moment. And they're still going through all of those paperwork to figure out exactly what is said in those documents. But again, these are significant developments in this case, in this manhunt that has stretched far past New York City limits. And now we know that someone is in custody. Someone is being questioned with authorities right now in Altoona, Pennsylvania.
Okay, and John, let's go to you. You have so much of this excellent reporting. Add to the color and the context and the information that Bryn just started to give us.
So, Dana, this starts as a very routine day in a McDonald's in Altoona, Pennsylvania, which has like 3 McDonald's. But an employee there looks at this person and has been seeing on CNN and everywhere else these photos from the NYPD of this masked person with the hood, where they're saying, look beyond New York, because we think the person has left the city. And
okay, so let's talk about
these
documents. That's what I really want to know. I want them to quit playing and give us the information about these documents. So the recovered documents, a multi-page handwritten document, was also recovered from the suspect when he was arrested, according to Kenny. It seems that the man has some ill will towards corporate America. In the documents, the suspect railed against the healthcare industry and suggested that violence is the only answer. A police official who has seen the documents told CNN 2 quotes in the document include, these parasites had it coming, and I do apologize for the strife and trauma, but it had to be done, an official said. Other key details: the police believe the suspect acted alone, and they don't think he was trying to flee the country. So what we know about the suspect. So the man has had no prior arrests in New York, according to Kenny. He's 26 years old, was born in Maryland. His last known address was Hawaii. Okay, so how the investigator how it unfolded: investigators deployed drones, K9 units, and even scuba divers during the search, Tish said. In addition, it took combing through hours of videos, which led to the photo of the suspect without the mask, which that helped him be caught, that act right there. And detectives also went door to door, she said, adding that tips led to the recovery of crucial evidence. But how was he caught? Somebody at McD's told on the man. That's how he got caught. And they wasn't even in the area that she called from. So good thing they released that photo. Had they not, he still wouldn't be caught. And this person about to be mad because they not gonna get that reward. I'm telling you, I seen a couple that they was not playing. The criminal that they called 911 and got him caught, they wasn't paying them a dime. And other people rallied together and got money and gave them. But Crime Stopper wasn't budging, baby. So if they wanted that reward, well, that'll be interesting to see how that plays. Maybe they'll change the rules for this one. What happens now? So NYPD detectives are on their way to Pennsylvania, where they hope to interview the suspect, and hopefully they hurry up and come on and tell us what's going on. The suspect would need to be extradited to New York to face any new charges. So the partial fingerprint DNA recovered during the search have so far not yielded matches when compared against. So good thing they found the guy, because they was doing all that, and here he is sitting in McD's having some nuggets or something. with some sweet and sour sauce. I don't know. So, okay. Now let's see what else they talking about. This story is going to be developing all day. When I tell y'all, trending right now is this. It's 1 million people looking for this stuff right now. Jay-Z was at the top. He's trumped Jay-Z. Jay-Z got 500K searches. This one got 1 million, okay? And then we got Daniel Penny. I just don't want to talk about him right now while we talking about this, even though they mixed it. But man, that's crazy. There's so much going on at once. And so let's see what's at the top. This was 14 minutes ago coming in. Let's see what they talking about. This is probably what I just read, to be honest. Let's see. Yeah. Yep. So let me see what y'all saying, and y'all can definitely call in now. I want to hear from the people. Call in. No, it's Joe Biden is the perp. He might be a cop. Do you think he's the perp? I do. I think it's him. Yeah. You see them eyebrows? Like, where's that other picture at? I'm going totally just by his eyebrows, being that that's all we could see, and his eyes and nose, but I'm just going by the eyebrows. I ain't gonna even lie. Those eyebrows is him. But I don't have oh, here it is. The comparison photo. Maybe I should put them together so y'all can see that I believe it's him, no doubt. Because I don't believe in coincidence, and he had everything that the guy had. Like, so... yeah. When you look at the eyebrows, boy, I'm going to put it together, though, because it's a little bit too far. And then let me throw this banner up. Call in. Let me know what y'all thinking. How y'all feeling about Luigi being caught? You know, let me see. They probably got a whole, let me see. Let me see what else I can find under his name. It's so funny because with these freaking articles, they be killing me. Like, most of the articles that you click on, they want you to pay for them. It's ridiculous. Can't even read the article anymore. Ex-Ivy League student. So I'm sure the news is right now looking for his family members that might want to say something. Like, I wonder if they'll ask his family, did y'all not know that this was your family member? Oh, wait a minute. They talking about a tech whiz Luigi, 26. So he's originally from Towson, Maryland. Apparently hated the medical community because of how it treated his sick relative, according to sources. Okay, so hold on. So this article is coming from New York Post, I think. Yeah, New York Post. And this was written at 1:43 today by a Joe Marino. Okay. So it says the suspect nabbed and okay. We want to know. Hold on. I'm just trying to get to. So is wait a minute. United Healthcare, Brian. Oh, here's some more pictures of him. He actually got a great smile there. Hold on. I wasn't even trying to. Let me see. You know how the video start playing and I ain't even looking at it. Wait. Oh, no, we wasn't trying to do that. Please smack that thumbs up, y'all. I did not ask you to go to what's next, sir. I really didn't. Okay. Let's try to screenshot all these good pics here. God dang it. I don't think this thing snapped one dang on picture. So annoying. So, okay, we're going to keep going.
.911 gets the Altoona PD.
Oh,
They
no,
respond to the McDonald's.
Already.
They engage this individual. And as they get him to identify himself and look through things, they find a gun, they find a silencer, they find multiple false IDs. And when they begin to compare those notes with the police in New York, they find out that one of those IDs matches the name, perhaps even the one we're looking at, that he used a fake New Jersey driver's license to check into that hostel in Upper Manhattan. So along with all of that, there are some documents that the police said seem to be relevant to this case. I think we would stop short right now because we don't have enough information of calling that a manifesto, but we are told by investigators they believe he's carrying documents that may relate to motive.
Okay, I understand you're saying stop short now with regard to those documents, because obviously this is an ongoing investigation, as your former ilk used to say, John Miller. But talk about this with regard to the decision that police made. It was on Friday that we were talking shortly after the police decided to, in your words, crowdsource and put the picture of this individual out publicly. We don't know yet if this is the guy, but if it is, that tactic was the game changer.
Well, it was. And I mean, it hangs on a couple of things. One, finally being able, after this massive video canvas, using so many detectives, to find that single moment, and you're looking at it right now, that single moment where he dropped the mask, he still had the hood on, and you could see that face and $1 million smile as he was talking to that hotel clerk at the hostel and asking people, if you know this person, if you see this face, no matter where you are in the country, we're looking for that call. So that worked today.
And John, with regard to the documents and the motive, is there anything else
able to remove him off the streets of America, and we were going to seek him out no matter where he was at the time. And so this is a strong person of interest. The police commissioner and chief of detectives will go over where we are right now in the investigation. He matches the description of the identification we've been looking for. He's also in possession of several items that we believe will connect him to this incident. How did we do it? Good old-fashioned police work. The chief of detectives and the police commissioner made the decision to release as much of a photo that we had at the time. We sent it across the country, and someone, a McDonald's employee, did something we ask every American to do. If you see something, say something, but most importantly, do something. And they did. And because of that, we believe we have a strong person of interest to deal with this case. I want to now turn it over to the police commissioner of the city of New York, Commissioner Tisch.
Thank you, Mayor. Good afternoon, everyone. Earlier this morning in Altoona, Pennsylvania, members of the Altoona Police Department arrested Luigi Mangione, a 26-year-old male, on firearms charges. At this time, he is believed to be our person of interest in the brazen targeted murder of Brian Thompson, CEO of United Healthcare, last Wednesday in Midtown Manhattan. The suspect was in a McDonald's and was recognized by an employee who then called local police. Responding officers questioned the suspect, who was acting suspiciously and was carrying multiple fraudulent IDs as well as a U.S. passport. Upon further investigation, officers recovered a firearm on his person, as well as a suppressor, both consistent with the weapon used in the murder. They also recovered clothing, including a mask consistent with those worn by our wanted individual. Also recovered was a fraudulent New Jersey ID, matching the ID our suspect used to check into his New York City hostel before the shooting incident. Additionally, officers recovered a handwritten document that speaks to both his motivation and mindset. NYPD detectives are en route to Pennsylvania as we seek to interview the subject further. This apprehension is thanks to the tireless work of the greatest detectives in the world, and of course, the strong relationships we have with our local law enforcement partners. On every level, local, state, and federal, we all serve the same public safety mission. And this case, which captured the attention of an entire nation, is another example of how connected we are and how important it is to work together, share information, and pursue every lead. For just over 5 days, our NYPD investigators combed through thousands of hours of video, followed up on hundreds of tips, and processed every bit of forensic evidence, DNA, fingerprints, IP addresses, and so much more to tighten the net. We deployed drones, canine units, and scuba divers. We leveraged the domain awareness system, Argus cameras, and conducted aviation canvasses. And our detectives also went door to door, interviewing potential witnesses and doing the good old-fashioned police work that our investigators are famous for. This combination of old school detective work and new age technology is what led to this result today. And we must also acknowledge the instrumental role the media and the public played in this case. The images that we shared with the public were spread far and wide, and the tips we received led to the recovery of crucial evidence.
Yeah, for
we should
real.
never
He was
underestimate
nice
the
with
power of the public to be our eyes and our
especially with
ears
the shirt
in
off.
these
That's a nice
investigations.
picture. One
This
thing-
is the third time in 3 weeks.
One thing I'm noticing about this guy, though, his back teeth look different. Like, I've never seen teeth like that. The front ones are great, and then you get to the back ones, and it's all gums and teeth at the bottom. Like, are y'all seeing that, or is it just me? Like, I see a bunch of gums where teeth should be, and I see teeth at the bottom of the gums. Is that just my eyes tripping, or do y'all see this? But he still is easy on the eyes, but I just noticed that, and I don't think I noticed it with the oh, let me pull up the other one. I added the other picture where he's smiling at, but it's not a good picture to me. I need to get a clearer picture than that. Yeah. See the eyebrow? Like I caught let me move that phone number. I'm told on this picture, I'm only looking at his eyebrows. See how they have light areas in the eyebrows right there near the arch of it, or the front of it, closer to his nose, closer to the center. See how his eyebrow go all the way down and where it got the hood at? That looked like his eyebrows. I mean, and his nose too. It's just that he had a different angle. Like, see how he got that big old point on his nose right there? And you could see it right there too. Yeah, I believe it's the same guy. But I'm gonna tell you, when I first seen this picture right here with the hood on, I thought it was a female. I did. I thought that was a woman. But so what y'all think? Do y'all believe that is Luigi? Luigi.
That a member of the public has seen something and said something and done something that led to a high-profile arrest. The triple stabbing homicide in Manhattan, the gunpoint robberies in Queens, during which an NYPD officer was shot, and now this. Now, the case will continue through the criminal justice process. And while we are proud of today's accomplishment, we must, of course, remember that a family is in mourning.
All right, so I took that down. If y'all want to call in and give your input, because I have missed all the comments, right? But I do want to know what y'all think. So let's see. Shout out to BFF. Boy, these comments is moving fast. So 59% of y'all actually said that y'all don't believe that this is the guy. Y'all just don't want to believe it, huh? Let's see. Only 44% believes that it's actually Luigi, the actual guy. Boy, when I tell you this chat is moving so fast. Is that him? Yeah, that is what they're saying. This is the guy. Thank you for the 698 votes. I bet you I ain't got 698 thumbs up. I bet you they hit that poll before they hit that thumbs up. Please hit that thumbs up, y'all. I'm going to look, boy. I'm curious. Thank you for the 131 thumbs up. Can I get how many people in it? 474 thumbs up right now? Can y'all help me get to 471 thumbs up? Thank you, BFF. I see the snipers in the building. Blah, 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 blah. All of y'all talking about Mario and Luigi, not proud at all. We think you should not talk. I think you should get out. Was you one of them that got sniped? Joe, jump in. When you see somebody, you can block people too. If you see somebody talking crazy, like this person telling me I shouldn't talk. Where is you at? Where are you? What do you mean? What am I supposed to do? Stop snitching. We think you shouldn't talk. Richard. Let me see if Richard is still here. Now he's not. Welcome to the block party, Richard. If you don't like my voice. See, this is what happened when I look at the chat. Bushy brows. Yes, and those eyebrows. Wait, hold on. Who sound dumb? Maybe you was talking about somebody else. I won't just take that one. The teeth are weird. See, yes, they are. I used to be a dental assistant. Right. Listen, like I'm talking about. So look right here, though, y'all, where he's got the side view with the hood on. I'm not sure if his teeth look like that on the side because I see teeth there. I don't know. I'm gonna have to get my magnifying glass out. The facial structure is cute, but way too common. It's not him. Man. Okay, so if y'all don't believe that this is him, explain why he got everything that the shooter had. They caught him with the gun and fake IDs, right? I don't know what that is. That's why I posted it to see. Okay, so this X-ray is on his Twitter page. And I don't know if it's... At first, I thought it was an arm, but it kind of looked like a spine to me. I don't know, but it was on his it's on his Twitter banner. So if you go to Twitter right now and type in Luigi, whatever his last name is, his page will come up. Thank you, Joe. Snipers in the building. Yeah. Okay. So let me go see what else I can find. Let me see if he's on Facebook. Let's see. Wait, before I do that, let me go see right here what they saying. Because obviously, like, the man has not, the post that he has pinned on his Twitter page is from December 8th of 2022. But I'm going to see what they're saying about him. Because I'm pretty sure that he's likely trending over here. Sure is. Number one. 153K posts. You know they're going to probably be doing a bunch of jokes on here. Let's see. Oh, now somebody got this together. Look, like a true Italian, Luigi's fatal error as an assassin was giving someone was giving himself away by stopping to flirt with the cashier at the cafe before going to work. Okay, so they got it put together. So good. Thank you. As less work I gotta do, I'm gonna screenshot this and post it. And it's a better picture than what I had. I think it's the guy, y'all. I know y'all don't want to believe it, but you know. But one thing that he did do, he brought attention to it. And I didn't know all of the stuff was going on. Now I'm aware. And everybody else that didn't know knows. But I don't know what's going to happen to him from this point on. Oh, wait a minute now. Photos of the fake ID found on Luigi during the arrest. How did you get it, sir? Man, somebody had to have faked this. How the heck would they have gotten that? Wait a minute. Let me look at this. Hold on. And they got a, let's see. I don't know where this picture came from. Let's see. Have y'all seen a picture of a fake ID floating around here? I'm not sure if this is real or not, but this is what somebody posted. Let me see who this person is. Let me go to their page. Boy, that's crazy. You could buy a blue check on Twitter. I'm going to show y'all anyway. Wait a minute. Man, they lying. Blind. Wait a minute. They lying. Oh, here's the picture that I wanted. Boy, look at them eyebrows. Okay. Now his teeth don't look as bad as they do on the first picture when you see it from the side. He got a Happy Meal holding up with a little, what is it? The Lion King. But he do like smiling. Now, if that hood wasn't covering his cheeks, that would tell the whole story. You know, and in this picture, you know, don't look quite like those to me. But golly, that boy got some eyebrows on him. Hold on. Okay, let me see what y'all saying. So y'all ain't gonna call in and say anything? Macking on the girl is what did it for him. Yeah, that's what they saying. I mean, and just the way they was telling that story had me a little bit weak. Look at this picture though, y'all. Now I'm telling y'all, this is the guy. I know y'all don't want to hear this, but the chick at McD's noticed, okay? Like, hold on. He didn't just grab McDonald's. He sat in and ate. He dined in. He was starving. That's what it was. Let's see. That power bar can only last you so long, you know? Okay, I'm going to put the ID in there anyway, even though I think they own one. Okay, so I got 3 pictures. Hopefully they'll fit. Don't play with me. Oh, they did. Okay. All right, so here's the side by side. I gotta move this. Oh, there it is. That's the side by side. If I would have actually did it, I would have did it closer, but that's what we looking at. And then I think they okay, this the one, the other one. Them eyebrows are huge, okay? Big brows, big brows. And I think they probably created that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I don't know what Hawaii license look like. But the reason why I think they might have created it is because somebody out clicked on another one and it was a different picture there. But yeah. Let me see. You think it's him. So Joe think it's him. Boy too Italian. One time a man wanted by the FBI was tracked through 36 states via McDonald's cameras. Are you serious? Well, McDonald's is popular and it is cheap. Like, boy, I'm telling you, they pull out the tactics when they want to find you. Yeah, it's him. Okay. Walmart cameras are tied into law enforcement too. All the cameras in the city is tied into law enforcement. When I tell y'all that in my city, they're actually asking neighbors, can we put cameras on your homes? Okay. So you better not be doing nothing illegal, even if you got cameras at your house, because I also know and have covered cases where they got caught off of their own cameras. Yeah. So you got to pay attention to that one. But I'm not surprised about that. He wanted... Boy, what is it? Goku Black Rose. Well, I don't know if he got any, if he's sitting up in McDonald's. And there's plenty of bootay in prison. You know what I'm saying? It's the other stuff that might not be available. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going by the words that you typed. I ain't gonna even celebrate Bubba for him. You know what I'm saying? Hello, everyone. Share, like, subscribe. This is the cheapest version of journalism. Well, welcome into the chat. Keep typing. That helps YouTube know that you enjoying it. That was a little shade though, but it's okay. Leave him alone. Oh no, shame he was caught. Y'all funny. But I mean, I am happy for the education that he gave all of us, because I truly did not know all of this stuff was going on. His nose is off. Come on. The nose is off, but he also got a side view, and it looked like if he went forward, that nose would look just like this picture. Because what I'm noticing about his nose is the tip, the way the tip is made. The tip of the nose and them dang on eyebrows tell everything. If he wanted to get away with this, he probably should have cut off his eyebrows, because eyebrows are features that can be, people can find you by. Free my boy. It's definitely him. Yeah, I think so, y'all. I think so. And so let me just see what is the latest. I know that we probably not gonna hear nothing different. They just gonna keep running the same thing. Shout out to y'all. I'm telling you, y'all voting at a rapid rate. If the thumbs up could go up like these votes, because we had 868 votes now. And 53% of people still saying it's not him. So, man's freedom fighter, it's me. So, what's his name? His name is Luigi. Luigi, I cannot, Mana something. Hold on, let me tell you in a minute. I haven't even tried to say his last name because it's difficult. It's spelled Mangione, Magione, but I'm sure they're saying that different. I guess I gotta pay attention to how they saying his name. I haven't, even though I've been on here, and that's because I'm steadily looking for things. I'm gonna see if we can get 1,000 votes while I'm up here. Can I get 300 thumbs up at least? Like, I mean, y'all love voting, but y'all do not like hitting that thumbs up. At least not over here. So police are questioning the man. This is an article from 13 minutes ago. This is they just keep updating their article. Look, wait a minute. Head of private schools where Luigi graduated from in 2016 caused news of arrest deeply distressing. Caused news. What? So the head of the private school where the United Healthcare CEO shooting suspect graduated, from sent an email to parents and members of the school community calling the news deeply distressing. So this deeply distressing news on top of an already awful situation, our hearts go out to everyone affected. What? So the Gilman School is a private school in Baltimore for students from kindergarten to 12th grade. Smith acknowledged that Luigi graduated in 2016. Okay. So the head of the private school where the CEO graduated from. Well, hell, did both of them go to the same school? I'm confused now. It said the head of the private school where the United Healthcare CEO unaliving suspect graduated from sent an email to parents and members of the school community calling it deeply distressing, right? And then they said the Gilmore School is a private school in Baltimore for kids kindergarten through whatever. And then it says Smith acknowledged that Luigi graduated in 2016, but said the school has no other information other than what news is being reported. So a Goodreads profile that appears to belong to Luigi shows that earlier that year, Luigi reported having read the 1995 Anti-Technology Manifesto written by Unabomber Ted. Okay, wait, he read that? Interesting. So the infamous domestic terrorist and mathematician known for sending deadly bombs through the mail between 1978 and 1995 is easy to quickly and thoroughly write this off as a manifesto of a lunatic in order to avoid facing some of the uncomfortable problems it identifies. But it's simply impossible to ignore how prescient, many of his predictions about modern society turned out. So Luigi wrote in a review of the book in January, he was a violent individual, rightfully imprisoned, who maimed innocent people. While these acts tend to be characterized as those of a crazy lunatic, however, they are more accurate, seen as those of an extreme political revolutionary. So in his review, he also wrote thoughts someone else had shared about the Unabomber in a Reddit thread online, quoting a commenter who had described the bombers' act as war and revolution, saying that he had the balls to recognize that peaceful protest has gotten us absolutely nowhere and that violence never solved anything, is a statement uttered by cowards and predators. So other books that Luigi reported reading or wanting to read included a book about mental illness, a biography of the creator of the atomic bomb, and Michael Pollan's popular book of the science of pseudolics. I know I'm saying that wrong. Psychedelics. Yeah. So also, Goodreads, the reported reading or wanting to read a number of books about coping with chronic back pain. An X account that appeared to belong to him featured. Okay, here it is, y'all. So the X account that appeared to belong to him featured a background profile photo of what looks like an X-ray image of a spine with hardware from a surgery. So that's what that is. And I knew it looked like a spine, and it looked like zip ties on it. So I wonder if he has some issues, man. But anyway, we'll find that out soon. But he definitely got that there. So police are interviewing him. So okay. All right, so that's a good update. Shout out to y'all for the 989 votes. Y'all something else, boy. But y'all won't let me get 1,000 thumbs up around here. 994. Like these, when I tell y'all it's moving so rapidly. Snitch, do you hold your nose when you talk? Do you party when you go to block parties? Because you definitely about to go to one right now, sir. Listen, for the people that wonder, this is just how I talk. I don't have a cold. I'm not sick. I'm not holding my nostrils. I'm not doing any of that, sir. Or ma'am, or whatever you may be. This is just the way that I talk. Now, do you have a channel where you talk, or do you just like trolling in the chats? The suspects finally nabbed, McNabbed. Brian Thompson was not a human. Yeah, the man was a human. Like, okay, so I don't think, oh, that's something that would be good to listen to right now. I ran into this video that was really good. This lady used to work for United Healthcare. She moved up the ranks as she was a supervisor or something. I think that's the highest that she went. And she had a lot to say about their practices, that very, very shady practices. So we'll listen to a little bit of this, and I'm going to be looking for some other stuff. Just continuing to look for updates. If I can find it quick enough. Wait a minute. Who's this?
Well, that killing is drawing unexpected reaction on social media. Many people expressing support for the shooter.
Like y'all doing in the chat. That's what y'all doing in the chat. Hold on. Let me pull this one up. I'll let her talk while I do that. Oh, y'all can hear it. Hang on. Have it up. That might help. Oh, but I do need to keep it covered because I'm still looking for stuff.
Is drawing unexpected reaction on social media. Many people expressing support for the shooter. As Fox 11's Gina Silva reports, this has everything to do with the high cost of health care.
Nobody deserves to get on their way to work. Nobody deserves to get their health care claims denied either.
All over social media, people are posting how they feel about the victim.
Someone said thoughts and prayers and deductibles.
And the shooter in the United Healthcare murder case.
The assassin was super impressive, okay? We've never seen anything like this.
The high-profile killing of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson
has sparked discussions about healthcare policies, corporate practices, and economic frustrations.
United Healthcare, by a 90% margin, denied more claims than any other insurance company on the market.
Deny, depose, defend. If that isn't a loud, clear message to all these CEOs across the board of these health insurance companies, I don't know what is.
We feel like we're living parallel lives with the elite in our country.
That Danish guy is a social media influencer with 2 million followers on TikTok. He is a skilled internet sleuth known for finding people. While he does not condone killing anyone, that Danish guy has no interest in tracking down the CEO's killer.
A lot of us aren't that sympathetic towards somebody who has caused the death of many countless people. I mean, it's unknown. 1/3 of this healthcare company's claims are denied, approximately 1/3. That is outrageous. It's more than double the industry standard.
He's not the only online sleuth refusing to join the manhunt, and many on social media are glad to see that.
I just want to remind everyone that the snitches get the stitches, and the stitches might not be covered by your insurance plan.
You can have a claim and it's not going to be covered.
Psychologist David Swanson finds some social media posts insensitive, but sees them as mere frustration and a form of venting.
I certainly don't think that these people are glorifying murder or agree with murder. But I think what this is it really kind of speaks to how frustrated people are. Things are so incredibly expensive. And health insurance by itself is ridiculously expensive. And you throw in the fact that when you try to use it, it's nearly impossible to use.
I don't think he did it. But you know what? Even if he did do it, you know what I mean?
Gina Silva, Fox 11 News.
Wow. I mean, I hope I can find this video that I'm looking for, because this woman really explained it really good, because she used to work there. And just explaining some of the tactics that they would use. Like, say, for instance, if you go to the emergency room and you got a x-ray or something because you had a migraine so bad and you thought that your head was hurting so bad you thought that you was maybe having a stroke or something like that. And when they go in there and they do that MRI or whatever they give you, and when they find out that it's not a stroke or whatever, and it's just a migraine, then the insurance company won't pay for that. And those are the type of things that they be, some of the stuff they reject. Another example that she gave, okay, it was a young person that was like 14 years old, right? They were born a hermaphrodite. So this don't fall into, you wanting a sex change operation or anything like that. Don't fall into that. So the insurance company pay to have the testicles removed, but they would not pay to have the vagina reconstructed. Does that make damn sense? That's the kind of stuff that United Healthcare does. And then they also have the AI that automatically rejects you. That's just like YouTube used to automatically reject my videos from monetization, and I would have to do an appeal to get them monetized properly. So they would just automatically turn them yellow, meaning limited ads. And that is because the AI thought that they heard something that violated, or they thought, that my video didn't meet the requirements, right? But when I say just about 90% of the time, I'm going to say 95% of the time, when a human goes back to review what the AI deemed as not following the guidelines or whatever, the human always approves it at 95% rate. So we talking about United Healthcare having something like that. When you submit a claim and it just automatically rejected, it's because they banking on people not knowing what to do after that. They're banking on people not questioning it and just paying it. That's what they're banking on. And so there was a guy that they had been talking about across. There was a story that had come across YouTube, and it was a guy that actually sued United Healthcare because they would not pay for what he needed, the medicine that he needed, and it was the only thing that worked for him. So he took him to court, and he actually won. But that's something that most people don't do. So they're banking on the people that don't know, you know, the elderly people that ain't gonna, you know, it's just horrible. And so then what do they do after so long? When you have a medical bill, your check can be garnished for that. You see what I'm saying? So it's people that it's just sad. Like, I wish I could find a video, but those are some of the main points that I wanted to bring up from that video. And so if you've ever wondered, like, why am I getting this bill? I thought that the insurance was gonna pay for it. Nah, like look into why you are getting the bill. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't look like the dude. Well, not necessarily that picture. Let me pull up. So when you put it side by side, it definitely looked like him to me, you know. But that's yet to be determined. That's yet to be determined. See, when you put them close, it looks more like them. But that one picture is kind of an older picture that was shown. There's some. So what do you think now? So that is his spine right there, y'all. So he must have had something going on at some point, and I wonder if it was an issue with that getting paid. But one thing for sure, I was like, man, that's too obvious for it to be that, you know. So I'm very interested to see what ends up coming out from this. But I don't, like I said, I don't believe in coincidence, and he had everything that the guy had, you know. I guess he just wanted to see if he could actually do it and get away with it. That's crazy. Now here it is.
From United Healthcare. And there's a couple things I got to say before I start. And the first is that I don't condone violence, okay? So murdering somebody, that's not the way to go.
It's wrong.
It's not right. It's wrong. It's bad, okay? And here's where I'm probably making a mistake doing this, but it is what it is, and I don't care. I used to work for United Healthcare. It's been over 10 years. When I started, it was actually MAMC, Mid-Atlantic Medical Systems Incorporated, something like that, and they were purchased by...
Had y'all ever heard of that Manzi Medical something? I'd never heard of that before. United Healthcare bought them. That's what they were. So when she worked there, they were not United Healthcare.
I started out in customer service, in provider services, taking calls from doctors' offices about their claims and benefits, etc., for their patients. And eventually, I moved up the corporate ladder to a supervisor in the call center. And like I said, I was there for 13 years, and my experience there was not good, but I did expect to retire from that company when I started working there. So if things had gone the way I had planned, I would actually still be working.
You think they doing a conference now?
So there's that. The other thing I want to say is I know that people are very unhappy with our healthcare, and that this is a very emotionally charged, highly charged, strong opinions, and that's okay. I don't have a problem with it because I personally have my own strong opinions, and I'm going to tell you some things that I experienced when I worked there and what my opinions are. And you're welcome to voice those opinions in the comment sections. Just remember that we're not going to violate any terms of services as far as
we shall late, right?
And
so speaking of that, I do want to say that this is coming from a channel called I'm the Boss of Me 63. She's the one that worked there, and I'm looking to see if it's another press conference.
I also have people who are still working for that company, so please don't just go to the buildings that have United Healthcare on them and decide to do random active or planned acts of violence, especially in the areas where I used to live or areas that I reported to as I go along. So
don't hurt her friend, she's saying.
Because there are still people that work there that I care about. Okay, so it's not the people, it's the company that I have a problem with. and I know it's run by people, but I was on the bottom end of that ladder, okay? I was not way up here. I didn't know the CEO, which, by the way, this Brian guy, he was not the CEO when I worked there. It was another one. Okay, so let's start my story. Yes, I worked for Mamsie, and Mamsie was
I don't
acquired
think so,
by
BFF.
United Healthcare. And at the time that they acquired it, in that year prior, they had expanded their territory to North and South Carolina. And Mamsie is basically an HMO, but they did offer PPO policies. And so we bought or required, or whatever the technical term is. I don't know what it is anymore.
So I do see that there's a live stream up and it says police detain person of interest. I'm not sure exactly where they are, but it do look like they're awaiting something. So we'll keep our eyes out.
We went into United Health. We went into North and South Carolina, and then United Healthcare acquired us. So we sold all these policies to people with HMOs, and what they miraculously did was pulled the network of providers out of the area.
So
we sold all these policies, and people could not get in-network doctors, which means they had to use their PPO benefits, which if you know anything about it, the PPO benefit is never as good as the HMO benefit. And I started getting calls about this and what are they supposed to do? Well, the closest providers that they could go to that were in network were in Virginia. Well, that's a long drive if you live in South Carolina, right?
That's
Especially
ridiculous.
if you live like on the South Carolina-Georgia border. You're talking 2 states away. Hours. There's something within them that they want to help, okay? And they have to do a lot to get, and it doesn't really matter what my feelings are on that specific issue, because this is not that specific issue. As I had been working for United Healthcare, I became a customer advocate, and I had gotten a call one day. So I was focused on the problems now. These were big problems. I wasn't just verifying benefits and sending out cards and reprocessing claims and things like that. This was people who had issues, okay? And I got a call.
So I think this is where she's going to get into that part. It's crazy, y'all. Like they'll do one part of the surgery, but won't do something that's very, very crucial for you to live life.
Well, from a doctor's office, it was a 14-year-old girl.
Yep.
She was in our system as female, who we had paid to have her testicles removed, but we wouldn't pay for the reconstruction of a vagina.
Make that make sense. Y'all heard that.
This was not somebody looking for a sex change, which is how they denied it was a sex change. This was a child who was a genuine hermaphrodite, okay, born with multiple sex parts. Okay, a true medical condition. I don't know the outcome on that. I was first talking to the doctors, and I talked to the nurse. I didn't talk to the parents because there was a language barrier. All I could do was advise the people that I was talking to, who were professionals, what they had to do on the appeal process. And of course, they're trying to get this done, right? So eventually I talked to the doctor. That's how I know details on this particular case. And doctor ended up saying that he was going to go ahead and do it anyway. I don't know who paid for it. He probably ate the cost.
Now that was a beautiful doctor that decided to do it anyway. Why should a doctor even be put in a situation like that? That was very good for the person that was going through this, though. That's crazy. So I'm wondering if these people are waiting. I don't know. Where are they waiting at? Hold on. I don't know if this is the police department that they're waiting at or what they got going on here. Hold on. Let me let her keep talking.
But this one always stuck with me because I'm thinking, when you're 14 years old, being 14 sucks, okay? It does. It's a horrible time in your life, and people go through puberty at a different time. But everything I thought about was, what was it like?
I don't remember 14 sucking for me. What about you?
Not yet.
Hold on. Yeah, I probably won't be waiting. It says New York officials gave an update in the suspect statement of potential person of interest in. Okay. Where y'all at? That's what we want to know. Let me put this up to show y'all, but I probably won't stick around for this because I don't know what they got going on.
You go through puberty and have gym and be in a locker room and have this problem with their body, And anyway, that was one of the cases. And I know that this is a hot topic right now. I don't put this under that umbrella within LGBTQ community. This is something that was actually
See, they just hanging out, y'all.
pushing back
And they listening or something.
But it wasn't just that. It was things like on a more day-to-day basis, dealing with claims that were denied because somebody went to the emergency room for a sprain. Now, see, here's where the kicker is, and where the delay and the deny comes in. That shooter put on the bullets. See, they can delay a claim because the provider is required to put the diagnosis on. So I sprained my ankle, right? I went to the emergency room. It wasn't a true emergency because it was a sprain. I need to put ice on it and elevate it and, just maybe wrap it. It's not an emergency. But I don't know that. I'm out walking in my yard and I fall and I twist my ankle and it hurts like hell and I can't walk on it. How am I supposed to know? So I go to the emergency room. They do an x-ray. It's not broken. It's just sprained, but they've denied it. Okay. So now we have to appeal it. The thing of it is, and this is what they don't tell people. And so I'm telling you right now, if you haven't, what you think is an emergency, a true emergency, okay? Because you don't know. The definition of an emergency in layman's terms, write this down if you can't remember it, is a fear of loss of life or limb. Okay. And it would happen a lot of times with migraine.
Emergency, fear of life and limb. So anything that you go into the emergency room for, if it is not fear for life or limb, it ain't an emergency in your insurance company's eyes. Boy, I got 1,268 votes. Can I get 1,268 thumbs up? Man, so listen. Humans ain't as important as humans think they are.
People would have a migraine, and it would be one of those migraines that came on real sudden, and like, your eyes don't work right anymore. Not a migraine that builds up, but a sudden migraine that you don't normally have, right? And they don't know if they're having a stroke. So they go to the hospital. Turns out it's a migraine. It's declined. It's denied. Because it's not an emergency. A migraine's not an emergency. We know that. But here you are, you're sitting at your kitchen table drinking your coffee, and all of a sudden you feel like you got shot in the head. You don't know if you're having a stroke or an aneurysm or what. So the logical thing to do as a person who does not have a bunch of medical equipment and personnel following you around, checking your every, stat of the day, you go to the emergency room, right? Thank God it's not a stroke or an aneurysm, but they deny the claim.
What are you talking about,
Yeah, so
RP?
that's a tip right there, okay? If you're a regular person walking down the road and you think something happened, it's an emergency, you don't know, go to the hospital. And then call your insurance company if it turns out that you're okay. Thank God, right? I had a whole lot of
Block
thank God
RP if y'all haven't already.
So
I
they don't care
can't
about
see
the
that it's
providers
blocked on my end.
because they don't have to pay them or they don't want to pay
Not
them.
if
They don't
I'm
care about
looking
the
at
members.
StreamYard.
That's what they call them, customers.
Get
As
that
long as you're paying
person
the
hell up out
premiums.
of my face. Period.
They really don't care.
We don't like people like you.
And they don't care about the employees.
Thank you,
either, let me tell you.
BFF.
They don't care. It's all about bottom line. So here's
Hell
my
outta here.
personal experience. Okay. After United Healthcare acquired MAMZ, of course, they started to phase that out. And then that insurance doesn't even exist anymore, I don't believe. And so as the MAMZ product was being phased out, they had employees that they, quote, didn't need anymore. And they did a mass layoff. Mass layoff. And because they did this mass layoff, they also had people quitting. And the CEO at the time
Better run and quit when they start
realized
laying off.
that was a huge mistake. Huge mistake, because people were now feeling like their job was in jeopardy. Maybe they should just start looking. And so they did. And he said that it was a mistake.
We don't
and that
know
from
his
now
motive
on,
yet.
They wouldn't just do these
They
surprise
haven't
layoffs.
they haven't said anything about his motive, saying that he has some things against the companies and all of this stuff, but not giving any details. So I don't even know if he's in there for questioning or whatnot. I don't, they probably got to get him there. They probably haven't asked him anything yet. Don't put that lie out about that's how all insurance. What? People are, boy, I tell you, I got people commenting on the video. I appreciate your comments. Don't put that lie out about that's how all insurances work. That's not true. I don't know who put that lie out, but It's never all, especially when you're looking at the chart. But we can say that United Healthcare, they actually really do reject claims at a high rate. When you got a chart that's telling you that, I actually deleted. Oh no, I still got it. There you go for some numbers. United Healthcare rejecting at 32% is the highest. What about everybody else? Why they down there with the biggest denial claim rate? Why? Since you want to defend United Healthcare. Now, one don't have to do with the other. What that, like I said, I don't condone violence. We just report it over here. We report what everybody else is saying and talking about. But United Healthcare, ain't nobody lying on them. We're looking at it. Are you? Please smack that thumbs up and please subscribe to the channel. Yes, I'm proof. Going back to human. Oh, Humana. Okay, so they got Humana is a good one. They care about humans, maybe. He was getting a $5 meal at McDonald's. He was hungry. He hadn't eaten since that power bar. Unless he had some food with him, I don't know. So let's see if they've told us yet. Let me look that up while we still here. What was his motive? They're saying that he was talking against, the health companies, and probably maybe he had something that they haven't given us a definite answer though. So let's see. They telling us something different. It is now 2 million people searching for this suspect in custody. Okay. So person of interest. Pals raised alarm. Hold on. Who's snitching on this man? Here we go. Shout out to the Daily Beast. Okay, now this was just posted at 4:01. This is hot off the press. Okay, let's take that picture. Here's the day. We got pictures for days now. We got pictures for days. Now, don't make me sign up for nothing right now. I'm just trying to read the article. God, man, I don't... Hold on, y'all. Okay, so worried loved ones reached out to the Ivy League graduated name. Worried loved ones reached out to the Ivy League graduate named as a person of interest in the United Healthcare Brian unaliven. Okay, so one of Luigi's loved ones shared a message on X to let him know that he cared about him and missed him on November 25th, a day after the unaliving. Well, the shooter was believed to have arrived in Manhattan on a Greyhound bus, thinking of you and prayers every day. In your name, wrote user such and such. And then November, no, you are missed and loved. So are they trying to implement this person to implicate them as having known that he was going to be doing this? This was a day after the shooter was believed to have arrived to Manhattan. So another suggested that loved ones had been concerned about his whereabouts the month prior. At Prep, his same last name, Pep Magione. Hey, are you okay? Oh, that's a different name. Where's this account at? Hey, are you okay? Nobody has heard from you in a month, and apparently your family is looking for you. Wrote X user at Real Manduso on October 30th. Oh, so he was estranged from everybody. Well, we don't know if these is real people. I don't know, but it was October 30th and not December. So the account which uses the name P. Collins also tweeted out his link tree. It has since been made private. Okay. So Luigi, University of Pennsylvania graduates of Towson was arrested. Okay, we know all that. So at the time, he is believed to be the person of interest. Okay, police says okay. So all they just looking on social media and posting, typing a few different things as they look for stuff, as they find things. That's what they're doing. Oh, where do U.S. people without insurance get medical care? From UK person with access to NHS care free at the point of service paid by UK taxpayers. See, that's what the heck they need to do here. But nah, it's a money grab in the US. So the only place I know that people will go that don't have life insurance, don't have insurance, would be the welfare department. That's the only place I know. Or I think when Obama was in office, he had Obamacare, but I think people said that was high as hell or something. So people who qualify for welfare assistance, you know what I'm saying, Medicaid assistance, they get free medical insurance. That's the only thing I know. But if anybody else know, let her know in the chat or him. Yes, our taxpayers in UK cover surgeries and stuff like that. Wow. I don't want my taxpayers paying without insurance. What? Wow, like insurance companies want members to stay healthy. Ergo, won't have to pay out much for medical services providers. Make money not by keeping you healthy. Exactly. The money is in the medication. I mean, there is no money in the cure. The money is in putting band-aids on top of it, and you know how that goes. They still got Obamacare? Oh, okay. I don't know. We don't know the full extent of the shooter's actions at this point. We do not. We do not know why he did this, what his motives was. If he's just fighting for other people or for himself, but for his back, I'm assuming that's his back, to be on his banner. That means something, So let's see what these people say. They're standing around. Tell us where you're at.
I'm going to step out of the shot anyway during the hit.
During the
hit? Just to see the magic door. Alright, good. Yeah, we got...
So he's open. What is he waiting on? The perp to walk through, I guess. That's what he's waiting on. Do he know that he's on his way? So I'm not about to wait for that. We'll catch the replay on that. But just so y'all know though, it's a guy that's live now from Fox, and he's just waiting. And I think wait a minute, is those police? He's at the police station. And some cops just walked through, but it's a bunch of reporters just standing out there waiting. So yeah, I'm not gonna stay live for that. We are over 2.5 hours in. Think this. Why do hospitals call you clients and not patients? Ever thought of that? Well, I mean, the hospitals they actually call them patients. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if you mean in an office, like maybe billing or something. Maybe they call them clients, but when you're in an actual hospital setting, they are patients. Yeah, they are patients. But if you're looking at a document, it might say client on the billing end of it. This is not an American woman talking, right? What do you think I am? Like, what is wrong with y'all? Let's see. It's called universal health care, which means everyone who pays this taxes in the UK gets free health care, which is what America needs. Yeah. Heck yeah. Girl, I'm so mad about Danny Penny. Man. Yeah. Daniel Penny. It's wild. I'll probably go live at 4 a.m. talking about that and catching the rest of this. I will be live this morning. I mean tomorrow about 4:45. If y'all up, come check me out. That's what I'm gonna do. And we gonna talk about him then. Cause I am pooped. I done did 3 live streams today and a class. No, actually I did 2 live streams and a class. And I was supposed to do a live stream on my other channel, but I seen this and I was like, yeah, we gonna do this. Shout out to Jay Glover. Okay, see you later. We definitely gonna get up out of here. I appreciate y'all for the votes and everything. Please smack the thumbs up if you haven't and consider subscribing to the channel. You know, we definitely could use some more subscribers and some more thumbs up. I got 1,309 votes right now. 1,326 votes. That's how quick the votes are going. So that's just like... So I know y'all could hit them thumbs up real quick like that too. That's wild. But if you are into crime, please make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the thumbs up. The thumbs up does not mean that you like what I'm saying, but you like the fact that we are reporting this news. And I definitely appreciate y'all. Hold on, let me see something right quick. See you later. See y'all later. Look, I did what you're not supposed to do. You're not supposed to say bye until you actually, really leave. Because when you tell people you're done, they leave. But I'm still doing something here. But what I'm doing right now is just trying to see. That's what I would like to do. Right now, I'm going to give some memberships. I'm glad I held out for a minute because I wanted to do that. So hopefully some people that's actually here will catch those. And so I'm going to give 5. There they go. Let me know who catch them. Shout out to all the new members. Please drop those members emojis. Shout out to Frugal Mama, Shamia, 1992 Stand Up for What's Right, Social Twerker. Please hit the thumbs up. Dang. Okay. Thank you, BFF. Unseen Tay. So I don't know who's in here that just got those, but welcome to Sleuth Nation. And if you here and you just got the membership, drop those good members emojis. I don't know if these people are here. And then the other thing I wanted to see something about this stream. Wow, this live stream has hit 216K, 216.4K views, and I have reached 414 new subscribers from this video. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. That's what I'm talking about. Now, they not hitting the thumbs up like that. Wow, that's wild. But they are definitely tuned in. Hold on. I might have told y'all a lie. Let me look at something else. Oh, wow. It already got it where I can do that. Okay, I lied. We have reached 11.6K with this live stream. I was looking at something else. But shout out to all the new members. Welcome in. Shout out to all of y'all. And again, subscribe to the channel so you will be here when I do my next live stream, which will be 4:45 a.m. We're going to be talking about whatever we missed. And we also going to be talking about Daniel Penny and the updates concerning that. I'm going to wait and see if I see the guy again. Yeah, I'm going to be watching. I'm just not going to be live doing it. Shout out to the winning team. Shout out to Sleuth Nation. And shout out to Team Viral. So I want to give a special thanks to all my members, moderators, and subscribers too. I appreciate y'all. And I'll see y'all in the next video. We're going to get up out of here right now. Shout out to my snipers. I appreciate y'all. Y'all working overtime. Oh, okay. So he in your town? Or you talking about, you in Hawaii, ain't you? Shout out to BSS. You in Hawaii, right? Make this go viral. Make this go viral. Make this go higher. 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 Fire. We in Pennsylvania. Peace and love, y'all. We out.